Hey, what's up guys, Z here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Senfer PT15 earbuds. So I did purchase these off AliExpress. Originally they came with a different wire. They came with this light blue, I guess baby blue colored wire. Problem with this wire though was it kind of ripped. So how it ripped on me was actually pretty sick, because I wasn't pulling it that hard. It was just a light pull in order to take out the MMCX connector from the actual earbud, and as I was pulling it out, this wire just completely came out. Same thing happened for the other side. So left and right, both wires just snapped out of the MMCX connectors. So what I did was I went ahead and complained to the seller, and basically I complained to the seller and they sent me out a new wire. So this is the new MMCX wire that they sent me. Good thing about this wire is, number one, it has grips on it, kind of like grips. It's a lot easier to pull out from the earbud. So when I have them plugged in, they come out a lot easier. So kudos to them for sending me out a new wire. And number two, just like the old wire, it uses metal on some of the casings here. So we have the splitter in the middle that uses metal, and we have the tip that uses metal as well for the grip. So first off, starting with the build quality. The shells on these are made out of ceramic, so it feels like it's either that or it is metal, but I'm leaning more towards ceramic. You got the blue ring, and then you got the red ring, the blue indicating the left ear and red indicating the right ear. So on the actual earbud, you have the Senfer brand on there, and then on the other side you do have the model number, which is the PT15_1684. So now the earbuds being ceramic, it does add a considerable amount of weight to these earbuds. It's not the drivers that adds the weight, it's the actual shell. The shell being thick ceramic. So they are a little bit on the heavier side. And now you might be wondering why I do have this foam on there. And the reason why I do have the foam on there is because it adds a better fit into my ear. You see, if I was to use them without the foam, it would simply go into my ear and they would kind of lean off there. I don't know if you guys can see that there, but it looks like that feels like they're just gonna fall out too as well. So now if I add in the left ear, with the foam on there, there's a better fit and a better seal in my ear. So I got a little more sound isolation in there. So now for the sound quality on these. So you got the 4 holes there at the back, and actually if you cover these holes while you're listening to the earbud sounds it starts to sound very flat. So you don't want to cover these 4 holes here. So sound quality really crisp, very clear. It is lacking bass though. Now if I had to compare these earbuds, I'd have to say that the sound signature on these is very similar to the Fails, which I do have right here. So the Fails, maybe they do use the same driver, I'm not sure, but what I do know is that the bass on these Fails is a lot better than these Senfer PT15s. You can hear the bass on these Senfer P15s, but the problem is it's not that loud. So you got the highs, the mids, which are well balanced on these, but then when it comes to the lows, which is the bass, and all the lower frequency sounds, you don't really hear them that well. And also something to consider is that these Senfers cost $15.50, whereas these Fails cost about $4 to $5 a pair. So you can essentially get 3 pairs of these Fails for the price of these Senfers. And the Fails do have a better bass. So that's definitely something to consider if you are looking for a pair of earbuds, or pairs of earbuds if you're going for these. So overall, sound quality is good, but it is lacking that bass. So for the pros on these Senfers, you do have the removable MMCX wires, which if anything does happen to this wire, you can just buy a brand new wire for about $4 or $5 and just switch them out with these. No soldering required or anything of that sort. And if you did want a microphone on these Senfers, because they do use a MMCX connector, you could just buy an MMCX wire with a microphone, which, by the way, they do sell these with a microphone wire. I just chose to get the regular wire. I just wasn't really interested in purchasing them with a microphone. But if you were interested in purchasing these with a microphone, I think it's like a few more dollars, or you can just buy a new wire, a separate wire with a microphone on there. And also the build quality on these is solid. You got the heavy ceramic on there, and it's just, these things aren't breaking anytime soon. At least these shells aren't breaking. The wire It's a different story though. So overall, I guess I would recommend these if you're looking for a pair of earbuds that don't have a lot of bass to them. Or I guess if you were looking for a pair of earbuds for aesthetic purposes, if you want to take pictures of something, then these really do look really nice. So obviously I'm not saying that they don't sound good. They do sound good, but they are lacking bass, and I do feel like you could get better bang for your buck. That's basically what I'm trying to say. So guys, that's pretty much it for this review. Hopefully this review did help you out. If it did, you know what to do, leave a like. Also, if you guys do want to see more content like this in the future, do hit that subscribe button. For now, thanks for watching, and as always, I'll catch you guys on the flip side.